I want to continue to talk about the usefulness of the dynamic energy of summertime. And I've talked in the last week's blog and before. It just seems to be really powerful this year and to be supporting things that we can benefit from dynamic energy. And what do I mean by dynamic energy? It's the dynamic energy of action, of intention, of clarity, of speaking our truth, of trying new things. I talked last week, getting out of our comfort zone and taking risks. Okay, these are young, these are dynamic things, and dynamic energy supports those things really well. Today I want to focus, last week I talked about getting out of our comfort zone and challenging our fear more, that kind of warrior energy. This week I want to talk about using it for to create intent. Okay, and in the creation process, at the beginning of the creation process, we have clear intent, and that's more dynamic energy, more yang energy. Later in the process, it's more about allowing that thing to unfold, which is more of a receptive or feminine or yin energy. We tend to get them backwards. We're more like passive at the beginning, and then we're more willful later on, and that's how we were conditioned. It's not our fault. But what you can do is just be more intentional, okay, at the beginning of your creating a new way of life, a new way of being, or manifesting something you'd like to have in your life, whatever it is. Start with that dynamic, what do I want, clear intent, I'd like to have this, claim it. Those are yang, these are like, I'd like to have it, I want it, I know I'm gonna get clear with what it is that I want and what I don't want. And then later, in the creation process, we can allow those things to unfold, which is when we should let go and allow things kind of come to us. But right now we're in the intentional part. We're in the dynamic time of the year, and we can leverage this dynamic energy to create things and to create a clear intention. And the part of intention I want to talk about today is the part of what we want. So there's one of the most challenging questions that I asked. It's the most simple question too. Like we just did the summer solstice ceremonies. When we do ceremony or when I do sessions, I ask a lot of inquiry questions, and we send them around the sharing circle, and people answer the question. I do that in sessions too. I ask people, what do you want? And the most challenging question that I think I ask people, especially people that come to the workshops and do this type of work, is what do you want? It's such a basic question, okay? And you'd think our cultures would be good at it, right? We say our culture is self-centered or whatever. Well, maybe it's because the people that come to this work are maybe less self-centered, and they don't want to be selfish, and they don't want to be egotistical or whatever else. But it's really important to know what you want and to claim what you want. And so it just, hopefully it's not a destructive thing that you want, hopefully, but say it's a healthy thing that you'd like to have in your life. And to really get clear in saying, yes, I would like to have this. And that's all an intention is just saying, hey, you know what? You can talk to the universe. You know what universe, you know what life, you know what spirit, God, whoever, your life is. I used to call it life. You know what life? I would like to have this. Will you collaborate with me to create this and bring this into my life? That's all an intention is. But the most effective intentions, they start with, I would like to have this. In other words, it's a nice way of saying, I want this. And I would like you to help, talking to life, talking to God, which is, it's a little scary. And I would like you to help me create this. That's a clear intention. And you see how it's got that yang kind of warrior energy in it? It's not all like wishy-washy. It's saying, I would like, it's being responsible. It's being honest. It's being honest with life. I mean, because, and you think God or spirit of the universe doesn't know what you want? I mean, you know, come on. It's just being honest and saying, yep, I would like to have this. You know, right, wrong, or indifferent, I want to create this. You know, I would like to have this. And I would like you to help me create this. You create that intention creates a partnership with life, with spirit, with the universe. And that is the hardest part of a clear intention, is we have to be willing to be selfish, capital S, selfish. We have to be willing to ask for what we want. You know, and it's in everything. You know, and my friend, I have a friend in Bend, Oregon, and she's a sex therapist. What's the hardest thing is to get people to ask what they want in sex, to get the people to ask what they want in all the different, it's challenging, you know? So it's like having the courage and using the dynamic energy that's here in the summertime to do some inquiry and be really honest with yourself. What would I like to have in my life? Okay, and usually, you know, if you have kids and you have family and you have significant others and you have responsibilities, and that's all good. You can have an intention for your family too, for your kids too, you know, for your friends, for your, you know, you can have for your parents, you can have intentions for them, but also there's a part of this, it's your life, you know, and it's like, it's your life. So what do you want to create in your life? And some of those things may be just for you. Ideally, some of those things are just for you. They're not for everybody else. They're like what you want. And so you have to risk being selfish, risk being vain, risk being greedy, whatever it is for you, whatever your belief systems tell you that it is, you have to risk in saying, you know what, you know, the heck with it. I want it. I want this thing. You know, I want that, and I'm gonna, maybe it's a material object, maybe it's a quality, maybe it's a vacation, maybe it's just something, maybe it's a relationship, maybe it's a new business. You know, it's like, I would like to have this. Maybe it's a hobby, you know, whatever it is. It's like, so I'm gonna take these silly lessons on the internet so I can learn how to do this. And I'm gonna take time and invest in that. I'm gonna make room for that in my life because it's important to me and I want it. You know, that is dynamic energy. And it's not, it seems selfish, but it's not. Because if it meets, then our needs get met. Okay, and I feel dynamic. I'm alive and I'm looking forward to something besides my next vacation or whatever else. I'm looking forward to something and I'm engaged in my life and I'm whole. Now, when I am with my kids and my, you know, my clients and my family and my community, it's like I'm complete because I feel like I have a life. And now I don't need anything from them, so I can just give to them. So ultimately, it's not as selfish as it feels when you do it. So my challenge to you, just like it was at the summer solstice or the way it is in my session, is to use this time of year and the dynamic energy of this time of year to inquire about what you want and what you would like to have in your life. That's the first step. The second step is kind of claiming it for yourself. And that's why, you know, you're asking, that's that part where I'm saying asking the universe to help me create it. It's like, yeah, it's like stating it to your friends in prayer, in meditation, you know, in a sharing circle, to your family. It's just like saying, I would like to have this. It's like claiming it. And then it's like allowing yourself to have it. And then if your belief systems come up and saying, oh, you shouldn't ask for that, you know, whatever else, that's too selfish. It's like, you got to be willing to claim it. It's like, no, damn it. Maybe it is selfish. I don't know. Maybe it is vain. Maybe it is whatever. You know, I still want it and I'm going to claim it because, you know, I deserve to have the joy of having that thing and enjoying that thing. You know, it's my birthright to have abundance. And part of abundance isn't just stuff for everybody else, it's stuff for you too. It's like allowing yourself to have what your heart wants. So that's my pet talk, that's my lecture. So, and the energy is here for it. So what do you want? What would you like to have in your life? The inquiry part, and then the claiming it, saying, I would like to have it. Spirit, God, family, community, I want this thing and I want to create it. And will you support me and help me create this thing? And then you create a partnership with life. That's an intention. That's all an intention is. And it's the hardest part of an intention is saying what you want. And then investing in the thing you want. Like doubling down and saying, yeah, making room for it. You know, if it costs money and resources or time, it's like having resources, investing in it. So that is my video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy your summer and the dynamic energy and maybe a little bit of the heat of summer, depending on where you live. It's a little toasty right now here where I live. And just maybe think about, you know, what you'd like to have in your life, what you'd like to add, what you'd like to gift yourself and allow yourself to have, you know, and what beautiful thing would you allow your life to have? It could be an internal thing too. It could be awakening something inside of you. You know, it doesn't have to be a thing, you know. So anyway, and then just inquire about what that is, and then try to find the courage to claim it and ask for it. And however you do that, if that's to spirit, to the universe, and with an intention, with a prayer, with a meditation, to your people, however that is. But inquire on it, decide upon it, ask for it, claim it, and saying, yes, I would like to have this. And I will see you in a week.